Hey everyone, welcome back to Let There Be Ears. My name is Yat. I'm deaf without hearing aids, hard of hearing with hearing aids. As I promised, today I am going to demo the BAHA Cochlear 7. It's a new sound processor from Cochlear. I am going to give it a spin to see what it's like. And I'm just right outside my audiology clinic right now, anxiously excited to get in to see what this new sound processor is all about. Like with this, I hear the fan pretty well. Okay. This compared to the first program, which is a default program, in terms of level and quality, it's a little louder. The first one, it does still feel like it's clean, but it feels like we're talking maybe in a room, pretty obviously. Less, maybe more, a bit more reverb maybe in that sense.
She sells seashells.
Yep, he sells, she sells. It's not as pronounced.
Okay.
But I can manage.
Okay.
It feels like is if you're talking, and then you're talking, and then all the sounds trap in here in the yeah. So in the abutment here, everything's trapped in there, so it can't go out. Meaning, I hear the bass and then the reflection and everything's back inside.
Go back to, or just keep the new program?
Maybe I'll just wait for first one for now.
The first one is definitely good.
Okay.
I just heard some slight feedback with a higher pitch. When you said something just at the end of the last sentence just now, it would bring a little bit.
But this is the first setting at this
This is the first setting, yeah.
So as we're talking right now, is that triggering anything?
Anything, is when it triggers it. Anything.
Same? Different?
No, different, I guess different. Anything, telephone, no link. It's hard to say until I actually have a conversation outside and have and go a day with it.
It's tough.
Right.
We could try it. What I can do is I can document all the feedback that I hear, all the things where we can make some adjustments to, and then we'll just go with that for the first week or two. I don't know when your next availability, and then I'll write them all down, give them to you, Henry, and where I hear them, and that's how I'll demo it for now. Hello, so I just wrapped up my visit with my audiologist and the representative from Cochlear. I just have myself the Cochlear BAHA 7 with me right now. I'm wearing it as we speak, and I'm just adjusting to all the crispiness, all the sound, and the different environments that I'm hearing right now. It's going to take me some time to get used to, I think. It's there's some times when it gets a little bit tinny. There's some moments where it does sound much more packed with sound and more clean, I like to say. I think it's a bit more clean in terms of capturing sound. There's more focus in terms of sound quality, and I'm really looking forward to demoing this for the next week or so, trying it in different environments, putting myself in different simulations so I can take notes on what I like and what I don't like. For the time being, I have the box right now with me. They gave me the Cochlear BAHA 7 sound processor box. It says demo on there. I can give it a try for the next week and a half. So I'm looking forward to trying this out and seeing what it's like. So now I'm into day 5 of demoing the Cochlear BAHA 7 sound processor. It's been a smooth adjustment for me. I've been able to find some real good value from the Cochlear BAHA 7. I've also been able to see some strengths of the new processor and also some weaknesses that I've never encountered with the BAHA 6 or the 5. Some of the things I like about the BAHA 7 so far is that when I wear the device without my prosthesis, it doesn't seem to squeal anymore. If you might recall, when I tilt my head to the right while not wearing my ear prosthesis, for whatever reason, the BAHA 6 would squeal. It would have immense amount of feedback. No matter how I rotated on the abutment, it would create really, really disturbing feedback. And that really affected my lifestyle at night, wearing and taking off the prosthesis, because when I'm at home and I don't have to go out, I like to let the side of my head and the skin breathe a little bit. But when I wear the device and the device squeals and it provides a lot of feedback, then it's really annoying to have to listen to those cyclical feedback that goes on and on and on again. With the BAHA 7, over the past 5 days of demoing it, I've noticed there's no feedback, no squealing. There's the odd reverberation and the odd feedback from loud noises and pitches, but they're far and few in between, and that's something I can totally live with. Some of the other things I like so far is it seems like the battery door, the little clip, seems to be a little bit stronger. If you recall the BAHA 6 and the BAHA 5, there's been a considerable amount of issues with the battery door. The hinge is really soft, and the hinge will break after, close to a year or sometimes a little bit over a year, but the consistent opening and closing of the battery door, which is aligned with turning on and off the hearing device, will create friction on the hinge, and the hinge could break. And with the BAHA 5 especially, the hinge on the battery door breaks very often. The BAHA 7 so far, the hinge seems to be a bit stronger. I seem to have to use a little bit more force to close the battery door. And that itself is a change. And to me, that means the battery is more in line with the connection in the sound processor, and that means there's less chances of it going awry, less chances of it getting wet, less chances of it not working. Another thing I like with the BAHA 7 so far is that the coupling, while remains the same, it seems to snap on and off pretty smoothly. It creates the same type of snap-on, snap-off coupling mechanism, and I wonder if wearing it on a daily basis, taking them on and off, I wonder if it will create some of the wear and tear that I saw with the BAHA 6, which led to some of the feedbacks that I heard, and as well as the squealing from the device. There are some, to me, major weaknesses with the BAHA 7 that I've encountered with my demo. Over the past 5 days, I've been trying to simulate all the day-to-day activities that I would do with the BAHA 6 that I normally wear. I would go to work with it, I would listen to music with it, I would stream with it, I will put my sound processor into mute mode so I could hear and stream music or listen to podcasts. I would try to talk on the phone with it, I will try to watch YouTube videos or Netflix with it. I've been trying to simulate all of these environments so I can, number one, capture what I need to capture so I can tell my audiologist some of the opportunities to adjust the processor when it comes to my audiogram and the functions of it. Another is to share with you some of the strengths and weaknesses of the BAHA 7 so far. And to me, one of the biggest weaknesses that so far with the BAHA 7 is Bluetooth connectivity. It does boast itself with LE Bluetooth technology, which is new, and it also has Auracast. I haven't been able to try Auracast quite yet, but when I've tried to connect the Bluetooth to my hearing device and to stream music, I found some major glitches that I normally did not with the BAHA 6. With the BAHA 6, I would be able to connect to the hearing device from my phone, and I use a Samsung phone here. I would be able to seamlessly connect, be able to listen to music and be able to mute my sound processor. I'd be able to switch between apps and the music will still keep playing. And when I pick up a call, I'll be able to hear through the ringtone on my hearing device. With the BAHA 7, however, I still be able to connect pretty easily to the phone. In fact, it's much quicker, I think. However, it does lose its connection quite often. For example, there was one day I was walking to take public transit. I had my phone in my pocket, in my jacket, and as I was walking to the public transit station, I had my sound processor on mute. I was able to adjust that on the BAHA Smart app. And while I was walking, distance to the to the public transit station, about 10-15 minutes. Within that 10-15 minute time frame, I must have had lost, I think, close to 4 to 5 connectivity or connections during that time. For some reason, as I was listening to music, it would slowly lose connection, and I'd have to go to my app, I had to close the app, reopen the app, and then click on play again. It was really interesting. I've also noticed that Bluetooth doesn't seem to connect as frequently and as possible until I turn off the LE option on my Android device. I don't know why. I've never had this issue with the BAHA 6. Another thing I've come across is while I'm taking public transit in a bus and in a SkyTrain full of people that are also wearing Bluetooth devices, listening to their own music or podcast or whatever audio file they're listening to, my connectivity to my bone-anchored hearing device would drop. Similar to when I was walking to the public transit station, my audio and my connectivity between my Spotify and my hearing device, my sound processor, would lose connection. I have to say, in the half-hour ride, I must have lost connectivity at least 10-12 times. It's significant, and that means I have to open up my phone again, close the app, change the connection or restart the connection, and reconnect again. It was a considerable amount of work, and I found that really troublesome because with the BAHA 6, when it was connected to my phone and to the processor, the odd, connectivity issues would happen, and that's, interference from Bluetooth and whatnot, but not to the level of maybe like 10-12 times over the span of half hour. With the BAHA 6, I would maybe come across interference, Bluetooth interference every couple of trips, not every trip. So, I'm a little bit concerned about this, and I'm looking forward to sharing all of this information back to the audiologist and to the Cochlear rep who provided me with the demo. One of the things I found in terms of sound that I'm missing compared to the BAHA 6 is some of the lower frequencies. For example, I'm not hearing my doorbell as loudly as I would in the past. I'm missing some of the machine whirring sounds that I would hear with the BAHA 6. I'm missing a little bit of the footsteps that I would hear from the BAHA 6. And I don't think that's a huge problem. I think those are some minor adjustments that my audiologist can make for me. In terms of what I'm hearing loudly and more pronounced now with the demo, is sharp sounds. Any drop of an item are really pronounced. It actually is too loud for me. For example, any clanging of the plates or dishes together, those are really, really loud. Meanwhile, they're so loud it drowns conversations that are occurring in the background. For example, if I'm doing dishes and my wife or my friends or family are behind me or else or sitting in the living room while we're trying to have a conversation, I won't be able to pick up everything or most of the conversation as compared to when I would with the BAHA 6. And that's something I'm looking forward to telling and sharing with my audiologist again to see if that's something that we can adjust and change. I do appreciate the demo. I do think with the feedback issue being sorted this time, I think this might be a great chance for me to upgrade the sound processor. we still need to go through a couple more visits, I think, in order to really get the right profile for me, in order for it to fit my lifestyle and my hearing solution. Those are some of the feedback, no pun intended, that I have in regards to the Cochlear BAHA 7 sound processor. If you have purchased it or are also demoing this processor, I'd love to hear your feedback on some of the things that you like or don't like about the processor. If you are on the verge of upgrading from a BAHA 5 or from a BAHA 6 to the new BAHA 7, I'd love to hear what is preventing you from making the upgrade perhaps, or what is something that you're really excited about, because I love to amplify your excitement with my experience with the BAHA 7 and for the community to know about your experiences as well. No ears, no fear. Until next time, goodbye.